All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your thankful day. So, this is your girl, Aisha, better known as Jade, one of the co hosts from Chit Chat Chew Show. Just want to take a brief moment out for those who have lost loved ones, family, those near to them. We just want to give a brief moment in silence to those, pay respect. All
Lost
right.
train of thought.
Ashe.
I say.
So, welcome to Chit Chat Chew Radio Show.
Hey, this gonna be a interesting night and dope night.
Absolutely. So, for those listeners that are tuning in right now, you can do so by downloading the app Audio, AWDIO, for our very friendly LGBTQ community. You can go to www. Oh, we got a call coming in. You can go to www.gaytvatl.com.
Carla, are you there? Carla? Carla.
Yeah, they're listening to you on the phone, Hello? Yeah. Go ahead. You can go. No, they can hear you now.
You there? Carla.
Yeah.
Carla, you there?
Yeah, yeah. Tell them to turn off. Hello?
All right. You there, Carla?
Hello?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
Okay, we
All
back on
right.
track now. That's what's up.
We
back
apologize,
on.
audience.
We apologize. We back on track. It's all
We
good. It's
trying
all
to get it
good.
together up here. So this Belve Tut?
Good. Yeah, it's Belve Tut.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, bro. We glad you called in.
How you doing, Belve Tech? Or Belve Tut?
How are you?
Belve Tut.
All right, all right.
It's a feedback. I'm sorry. I'm hearing myself on repeat.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Okay, all right. Let's get on track. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We're trying to get it together here. So we want to introduce our guest who's on the show. So audience, we have Belve Tut, female rapper. She has dope music, and I got some questions lined up for her. And so let y'all get familiar with who she is. So how you doing, Belve Tut?
I'm doing alright. It's Monday. The Monday Madness. There's Monday motivation. So,
Hey,
how y'all doing?
hey, we good, man.
We
Can't
good.
complain. All right. So, the first question I got for you: what made you come up with your artist name? Where does it originate from?
Well, my name is two parts. Belve Tut. Belve was a name that it's a shortened version of the nickname that was given in high school. So Belve just stuck with me. Tut came to me in '09, the underrated talent. And also, I love Egypt, so it just goes hand in hand. So Belve, the underrated talent.
That's what's up. So you inspired by a lot of Egyptian history?
Oh yes, I love Egyptian history. That was like Egyptian history and Greek mythology was like the two first books I read as a child.
Wow, that's what's up. Okay, okay, I could dig that. So how long have you been doing music?
How long have I been doing music? I've been in it for a while. Like I've always recited other people's stuff. Like since I was a child, that was my thing. Like I would just reflip other people's lyrics. And then when I started writing my own, I was 12, and then I took it on to writing more. Like, this is really messing me up hearing this clap back right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. We just gonna we're gonna try to make this work.
What you say?
No, I said it's all good. We just making it work, man. Just let it flow. Trying to get it
As
together.
it's up. I took it on a professional level, like going to actual recording studios when I turned 21, and I just took it from there.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And who inspired you to do music? What's your influences?
My mom told me that Public Enemy was like my favorite group as a child. Like, I memorized Public Enemy like it wasn't nothing. And then I'm inspired by Michael Jackson, his performance, his work ethic.
Oh
That's something
man.
that I like admire.
Oh yeah, Michael
I like
Jackson's
to,
the man.
right, I like to perform. I was a performer before I was a rapper. Like, my mom put me in performing arts as a child, so I love being on stage. So I really, the people that I choose in hip hop, they have to be good performers. Like, you could be a good rapper, but it's the show that you put on. Like, even Biggie, that's another person. Biggie could just, with his weight, he still moved that stage.
Absolute, that stage presence.
Yes, Tupac's energy, like, you saw his veins pop in his throat
Oh
when he was
yeah.
talking, when he was rapping. Like, he had conviction in his voice. Like,
Oh
those
yeah.
are the people that I watch.
He was very passionate in his
Yes,
craft, and then he spoke a lot of truth in his work as well. Cause
right,
of course, his mother, was a Black Panther, and his family was involved in the Black
exactly.
Panther. So he was already born to be a revolutionary leader. But he channeled that through the music and able to inspire a lot of people, especially the Black community, especially the rappers in within that whole hip hop rap community. Just trying to revolutionize and make change in his own way.
Right.
That's what's up. Yeah, you pick some good artists, cause
Yeah, I could go on and on with the artists, but those are key to me. Cash Money and Bad Boy that was my era of the '90s.
oh yeah,
So
who
those
can
are my groups. Like, Cash Money was something they made like a serious blueprint about labels. Like, Bad Boy too.
oh
How a
yeah.
label could be run and the artists that intertwine with it.
Oh yeah, 'cause you had so many talented people at Bad Boy, and even Cash
I can
Money.
hear you.
No, I say you had a lot of talented people at Bad Boy, and even Cash Money, like it was a lot of talented people as well. But they all had their own style. Like Cash Money came from a southern perspective, and Bad Boy had that up top, you know, New York perspective. Like they had their own thing going.
Right.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So, Belve, can you hear me? This is Jade.
A little bit.
Okay, so if you can hear me, I wanted to find out from you. When you first started performing, what song was that?
Say that one more time. When I first started performing what?
When you first started performing, what was your first song that you performed?
Oh wow, on a stage that was Planet 57. I want to say that was in Orlando,
Okay.
and I performed. Damn, that video is on YouTube too. Um, Damn, what did I perform? Maybe want to look it up. I really don't remember. I performed like 30 songs that night.
Okay. Okay. So out of
Oh,
all,
you made me want to know. I'm sorry. Because
huh?
I can remember, if you name any other show, I can name those that I performed, but for that one, I really don't remember.
Oh, that's all right.
That's cool. That's
That's all
cool.
good.
So out of
I'm on a computer, trust me. I'm a gadget freak. I can pull it up in 0.5 seconds.
okay,
If you want to, please do. We
by
would
all
like to
means, go
know.
ahead. So while you're doing that,
Okay, now I know what I perform. I hear the
okay,
music. I don't even have to play it. I perform I'm Ill. Like,
Oh,
I love doing covers. I love killing covers. And I'm Ill was a song that Red Cafe came out with. And if I hear a song and I want the beat, I can legitly cut the artist out and just rap over my own shit over, excuse my language, with
no, hey, no excuse. Hey, it's an open forum. So just
Are
feel
we uncensored here?
Yeah, we uncensored. It's unfiltered, man. So feel free to talk how you want to, man. This
Okay,
no
that's cool.
censorship at all. No censorship.
Yeah, I'm Ill was a cover, one of the first covers that I recorded. I went to the studio and recorded that, and I loved it. So yeah, you can catch that on youtube.com/IamBelve. That's like one of the first videos on that.
Okay. Okay. So if the listeners are, if they're listening, hopefully they are. They can definitely look you up. So what would you say, out of all the music that you've done, is like one of your favorite songs? And if it's an inspiration, why is that? Where would it come from?
Wow. I have a lot of songs, but I have songs I haven't even put out yet. So I'm gonna have to name more than one.
Okay.
There's different schemes of why I feel they're my favorite. Um, One is Run This Town. I love it. Like, that's like one of my hardest, most deepest. I wrote that in a moment where I just wanted to I was thinking about everybody, just all the things that was going wrong at the time, and I just let it all pour out. And that is one of the most, I love to perform it still to this day. Like, I wrote it years ago, and I will still perform it. That's how much I feel about it. Then another one that's my favorite is the first official beat that I ever purchased was in 2011, and I've been holding on to this song to the point where I love it, I adore it. I've been tweaking it so much to where it's perfect to me. So that's Keep Flying. And then that's a song on Dope Sex Love. That's one of the love chapters. Her is very deep. Like, people really have to ask me. All the things that I write is true to my life, to my form, or what I see, what I experience. So her, down to each line, is dead ass serious. I just don't say whose name it is. So every time I hear it, it hits me at a point where I'm like, damn, you actually wrote that, you actually said that, you expressed that, and put it out to the public.
Oh,
and
yeah.
put it on the tape.
But see, people
And I
can.
always really sit and think about,
Wow.
So yeah, those are my things.
I mean, people can relate to that though. I mean, you being authentic on your project, like just through your own experiences and putting that on wax, and people listening to that, like that would draw people, because someone like you've been through it, and someone can cling to that, and because they can relate to it themselves, or they've been through it, or whatever the situation is. So, so that's what's up. Yeah, because I definitely checked out your mixtape.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I love Dope Sex Love.
Oh yeah, I like it too. Cause I'm gonna ask a question, like another question about that project, in a few, but I do have a couple questions before I ask that question. So speaking of the project, so why did you name it Dope Sex Love? Like, what's the purpose behind it? It's pretty.
Okay. When people ask me all the time, what is my music? My music is dope. When people hear it, when people see me perform, it's like an addiction. Like, one time my mom asked me, is your tape named Dope Sex Love for weed? And I was like, no. She was like, well, dope means weed. And I was like, no, not to me. Dope is me. Like, you take a sniff of what I do, I guarantee you'll listen to my whole SoundCloud page. So it's people out there that just like my dope. Moving on. I've been writing sex songs since my since my first girlfriend. That
Wow.
was my thing. Like, I would, like, write sex songs and give it to them.
Oh wow.
So,
Now that's a
my yeah,
wow.
that's
So you
my
used to do
Okay.
that? Dang, you do that? So shoot. So how would they react to that when they actually hear it?
they loved it. But my last serious relationship, she told me something vital. She said, "Why are you rapping this to me? You can rap it to the world. You're with me, so I don't care how they feel about it, but I know that they're gonna love it because I love it." And that made me like I never posted any sex songs. And she was like, "Yo, you need to record this and perform this." And I posted it out there, and I got a lot of people that like sex. Like, you'd be surprised the things that I hear about my sex. And so, moving on.
Yeah.
Love.
Let me find out.
Okay, yeah, putting it down on each
Putting
shit
it
like
down.
that. Out there making them move, and now they can't.
Giving them some dope sex love.
Right. Hey, you got them addicted. Can't they gonna come back every time?
My first girlfriend, she knew that I rapped, but I never like rapped to her. Like, I never did that. It was just what I wrote. So she knew my aspirations. That was like when I was 15 years old, telling people I wanted to rap, and my name was Belve. But then when I hit like 21, it was like yeah. So it's a different degree. So I feel sorry for the old ones.
Okay.
You getting me off topic. We all know.
Okay, get to the love.
Yeah, let's get on the topic.
Because we having on that sex thing. Them callers like,
Love is what I feel. Love is like my emotions. Some things that I can be scared to explain. Like, if you go through my SoundCloud, I have Hug, I have the anthem. Like, the anthem is dope to people, but that's love to me because that's something that I care about. That's something, like, anything that's a cause. Like, dope, yeah, that's fuck shit to me. That's like that's that club, that's that party, that's those intricate pieces what they need at a battle rap or something. But love is something that some people are scared to listen to. Some people are afraid to acknowledge. Love is what is going to draw Kendrick Lamar. It's going to draw J. Cole. Love is, it only hits people that really take music serious.
Absolutely.
So when I came up with that concept, I got tired of doing covers. Like, I love doing covers. I love killing beats. But I'm ready to move on to my new project. So Dope Sex Love was basically me to understand where my fans is. Do they like my dope? Do they like my sex? Or do they like my love? So far, since I've been posting it, it's people that like my dope sex. Some people like my sex love. Some people just like my sex. Some people like my dope, but I give you 5 dope, 5 sex, 5 love. The best that I got. Like, it's so many other tracks that surround dope, sex, love. It was supposed to be like 25 tracks, but I minimized it to 5 each.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it was like my best, and it was the first time I ever recorded with an actual one sound engineer recording one whole tape. Shout out to Sabrina at Kingpin Studios. It took me 8 months straight, every Tuesday and sometimes Thursday in the studio recording, back to back, from dope, from sex, and it was just all my feelings. Like, love was hard. Like, sometimes I couldn't even record love. I had to really be in my feelings to record love.
So it just really all depends on how you feeling that day, like the mood, like whether you want to record something about dopeness or sex or love.
Exactly. Like, sex, you know, sorry to cut you off, but I handle some of those weeks. You know, it's just one of those weeks. When I say it's one of those weeks in one of my songs, you know it's about to be a sex track.
Right.
Because in that week, I feel it. And that's just what I come up with. And dope is just the same. Dope that's cut, that brings out that aggression, that anger, that fire. that's easy to snap and cut that shit on.
Yeah, that raw
But
shit.
love, yeah, but love, nah, Tech don't have no feelings.
Right, right, right. Cause I'm going back to something you said about what people interpret the dope as. They thought it was like drug related or something, and that's usually how people are. Cause when you told me what the like when I saw the name of your mixtape, that's not where my mind went. Like I took it further, like dope as in okay, metaphorically she meaning like raw, uncut, that type of thing. But my mind didn't even go to like, oh, she got dope, so she must be on some, some drug shit or something, or is this, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I mean, it's typical.
because I'm saying I'm a drug.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying.
In
Yeah.
no way, shape, or form am I saying my music. Like I don't talk about selling dope. I don't talk about.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm
dope.
saying. Yeah. Cause see, they automatically assume that because it says
Right.
because of the name instead of just looking beyond just what they perceive it as when it's actually something deeper.
Right.
Well, you can kind of tell where some people's mind are because just you saying that now, and I'm personally just learning more about you, and I want to say I appreciate you and respect your craft that you do because it's really hard nowadays to find authentic, good quality of music because a lot of the times I don't even understand what the fuck people be saying. I just got to be honest. Like,
I don't be understanding.
I'll
that
be
shit
like,
either.
what are you saying? And at the end, you might understand one word.
That's it.
Other than that, is like they talking like they have shit in their mouth.
It's trash. It's
So,
garbage.
I mean, that honestly, I mean, it turns me off. I love all genres of music, and it really is like a natural high for me when I can hear good, authentic, quality music that has meaning, that's conscious. You know what I'm saying? So
That's lyrical.
that's lyrical, exactly.
You gotta bring the
And
bars.
so a lot more people. I mean, honestly,
Everybody
it's
sounds
no
the same.
disrespect to anybody, but for me, it's a turnoff when I can't get you.
Yeah, because everybody's trying to sound like everybody else. You're not being original. Cause like you,
Yeah.
like what sets you apart from every other artist? Cause it seems to me like how Jade feels right now. It's like this person sounds like that person, and you half the time you don't understand what the fuck they saying, and they talk about the same content. Like they're not in depth with what they're saying. So I don't know. It's just repetitive. And like she said, it's good to hear good music like this. You know what I'm saying? Like you bring something different to the table, something that's refreshing. So we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, and a lot of people tend to follow, and then when that trend is gone, then it's like they almost stuck on stupid until I guess something else stupid comes out, and they're like, yeah. So yeah, it's really good that you're doing what you love, and it's your passion. You know what I'm saying? And
You put your all into it.
exactly,
You
and
take
so,
it serious.
yeah. And so with the Dope Sex Love, I saw that you was doing like a giveaway. Do you plan on doing a giveaway in the near future with that?
Oh, you guys honestly missed the Dope Sex Love giveaway. I did that last week, not Thanksgiving, the week before.
Mm-hmm.
I was giving out Dope Sex Love t-shirts. Probably will run it again. I'm always going to do more because I'm trying to gear up my shop CTO. So I'm giving out, try to do like probably 2 shirts a month.
Okay.
Year. So yeah, so Dope Sex Love giveaway is there, but I tell you, it's more music coming. So Dope Sex Love it ain't over. Like something after that.
Oh yeah, we looking forward to it.
Definitely, yeah.
Shit.
And that's you kind of went into the question that I was gonna ask. Like,
So I'm sorry.
no, you're good. So I wanted to find out, like, if you can tell us a little bit about what are some projects coming up for 2017.
Well, I don't want to give too much away. But I just know that the people that really listen to me know that I have Friday drops. Friday
Okay.
drops are exclusives. I haven't done one since Wave. Well, no. I haven't done one since Crane.
Okay.
Crane was started like a couple months ago before I dropped those sex love. So Friday drops are basically 87 movement. I only dropped 4 this year. The next year is going to be a lot more. So Friday drops are his. Official singing. Covers is going to be Fear Farm Twisted. It's going to be official music. So anybody out on the line that makes beats, inbox me beats for Belve at gmail.com. Other than that, that's all I'm trying to do, y'all.
Okay, that's what's
what's
up.
up.
That's what's up.
Okay.
We just need a little taste.
Yeah.
We don't want you to give it all to us because we as the audience want to work. We want to work for it.
Yeah,
so,
gotta
yeah.
work for it.
Yeah, yeah, we want to work for that. So tell me, and I after this question, then I'll give it over because I can run my mouth a little bit too much. But I wanted to find out. Like, what's your thoughts, either just in general or from a personal view, the LGBT artist versus mainstream. Bam.
That's a real question.
Think you doing something, Jay? You think you doing
Yeah,
something?
real rap. I'm from up north too. I'm from Philly.
Oh, okay. Well, I believe we're moving in the right direction.
Okay.
In 09, I saw everything I didn't think it was possible for a stud to be on TV. I really didn't see it. It was like I really gotta push through that. Gotta push through that wall because being gay, being LGBT has been a fight, just like being another race, being in segregation. Like, we're going through our own. So for us to get our marriage stuff, it's hard for us. They will have us in hip hop behind the scenes. But for us to get in front of that camera, there's a lot that needs to be done. So I know that a lot of light is being shined on us now for some strange reason. I don't know if Ellen did it. I don't know if Laverne did it. I don't know if Caitlyn did it. All I'm going to know is you see how I just bounced a stud, transgender, and then you got the gay man all over. You got Perez Hilton, you got Anderson Cooper.
Yep.
These beautiful people. And then you got Young Ma.
Yep.
On TV, shooting it on the Hip Hop Awards. You got, well, I don't even know.
That was monumental. That was monumental for the LGBT community.
Moment, it really don't matter how anybody feel about Young Ma. In my mind, it's like, damn, it's possible for us.
Absolutely.
She broke that door down. She really did break that door down.
Yeah, she really broke the door down. So really, to me, I feel our bets is off. That's how I feel. Like, in the beginning, I'm going to tell you this, some real shit. Don't ever do anything in your life that you think is not going to just multiply, be good. Like, you see crack sitting there on the table. Why the fuck would you do that? You know it's going to turn you into a crackhead. Like, in 09, I did not make the decision to rap if I did not think that I was going to make it through this shit.
Real talk.
So I'm not going to think like, oh, I'm just sitting here talking on the phone to you and posting music all in my life just for me not to make it.
Right.
So, no, I ain't never think that. But to see her on TV, it makes it even more aware to me. Like, yeah.
Absolutely.
This face is going to be there.
Oh,
For the
yeah.
LGBT community, we got to work because at the end of the day, you still going to have them smiling faces. It's laws out here that got people that don't like us smiling on our faces, just like how segregation was taken away. It's still racist people that still got a smile on our faces because that's the law.
Right. And they can't act on how they feel about people who of non-color.
So there's still going to be people behind the scenes that's going to be in there that really don't like all kinds.
No, they don't. They act like they do.
Exactly. But we have been making headway We have been making moves like Pride events. More people need to go to Pride events, like even the Black Pride events. But I performed at the Black Pride in South Carolina. It was thick, but if you go to another festival or something, it's more promotion. It's bigger. It's whatever.
Right.
So with us, with our gay pride, it's like Sweet Heat in Miami. That's the move for us. Cali, that's the move for us. That's big. Like it's spaces. Not even don't even have to name them now. Saya made it on TV before her.
Yep.
You got all these people. You got Saya. You got Ziggy.
Oh yeah.
All these people.
Oh yeah, they're making major moves. They making major moves.
Exactly. So it's possible. And then plus also you got the bisexual people that's getting into the game. You got the femmes in the game. So don't worry. That's how I feel. That's my answer. I'm sorry. I can't remember your name right now.
It's fine.
No, I know you will.
Jade.
Miss Jade. Yeah. I'm sorry. Sometimes we ask me questions. It'll take me here, there, everywhere. But I hope that answers your question.
Oh no, you definitely did. And I like to say just with that, with that, which you said, that we definitely need to continue to support each other because of the negativity from the outside of the box. We definitely, as a LGBTQIA, whatever anyone, however they live, like we need to continue to keep supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? Not hate, not feel some kind of way because
knock each other
down. Like, yeah, we need to show each other love. We need to support each other.
We need to work with each other a lot more. Stop making it a cliquish thing because it's not helping us. Because Belve, we talked about that. about our LGBT community can be, secluded because they be in cliques and different groups. So we can't have that. We got to be able to support each other, like Jay said, support each other where it can, work for us and then we can be a strong force, not just in music, but politically, socially,
Something I realized, the DMV is on some power moves. Like, the DMV is a serious place, like, to be reckoned with right now. We're really making some moves, and especially when it comes to the LGBT artists, they're everywhere. Like, Nitty from Baltimore, that's something to listen to. Killing with Katrina, that is something that's fire. Sushi Blanco, yes, that's somebody to listen to, yeah.
I'm going to check them out.
You just got to get together, too, because at the end of the day, it ain't always, we're girls, so we're already going to have that when we don't want to get together.
Yeah.
That's already a given in hip-hop. It took them to make ladies' night for all them girls to get together.
Yep.
So with fans, it's going to be even harder. But if you really, I'm a type where if your lyrics is good, if your performance is good, if your work ethic is good, I'm going to promote you.
And that's what it's about.
That's how I am. Like, I feel as though ain't nobody going to come in between me and where I'm headed. So me helping you and supporting you, that's not going to do nothing but...
It's not going to take away from what you're trying to achieve.
Thank you. Exactly. My lane is different from anybody else's.
And that's what it's about. That's the key thing, supporting each other. And that's the reason, I want you on the show, because I'm big on supporting LGBTQ artists. I'm always checking out, someone's music and listening to it and sharing it and promoting it. I have no problem doing that because we in this together. It's not about me. It's not about who I click up with. It ain't nothing about none of that shit. That has nothing to do with the mission that's at hand, where we can be a driving force and able to, be on a larger scale, just really, killing the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's just it. So I commend you for that,
And you said you're from Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how is the community out there? Are there other local? I'm not sure if I heard you correctly, but are there other like local LGBTQ artists out there?
Oh yeah, like I said, we really chilling with the training.
Okay,
One of those all stars.
okay, okay. I just
All stars.
I just wasn't
Dallas,
sure if I
we
heard you
got
correctly.
DC.
Okay, cool.
Um, I'm pretty sure I ain't miss nobody. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot. Even poets, spoken words.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare. It's a lot of artists out here.
Okay,
A
that's what's
lot of
up.
artists.
So it's safe to say that the community out in up in Baltimore, they definitely it's growing because it's been a
And
minute
this
since
isn't
I've been
just
out in
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
It's a strong, but this isn't just Baltimore. When I say DMV, I mean that whole area. Like, we're like a unit. Yeah, Baltimore, aside from DC, but
Oh yeah.
most of Lee Liddy is the only artist that I know that is from Baltimore. Everybody else is the DC, Virginia area, PG County. Like, I was born in Baltimore, but I was raised in PG County.
Okay.
I have the
Okay.
best of both worlds. All the shows that I've ever done, but one was
That's
in
what's up.
DC. They show mad love.
You said they didn't show no love?
No, they show mad love.
Okay, yeah, absolutely,
Yeah, DC show
absolutely.
mad love.
That's what's up. That's what it's about. So, with that being said, since we're speaking on artists, now this is on a mainstream level. So,
Mm-hmm.
who, huh?
That's it. Mm-hmm.
So who are your top 5 hip hop or rap artists? And I will start with the females first. Like, who's your top 5 female artists?
Wow. Well, my number one female rapper is Charlie Baltimore. Charlie
Okay.
Baltimore is underrated, just like my name. Like,
Oh,
she
yeah.
is my serious inspiration. When she got signed to Murder Inc., I never even knew who she was until she signed to Murder Inc. And I was like, who is this girl? And her delivery was so precise and so hard.
Yeah, she did
She
have that
came
hard
out of
persona.
album.
Yep.
It blew me. Like, I followed her career all the way to the mixtape she dropped 2 years ago. She never got her album. But, I got songs on the road, when you had Line Wire, Kazaa, whatever. I got me my songs. But other than that, Charlie, she, at 15 years old, she showed me that it was cool to be cutthroat. Like, I used to write hard lyrics and think that I can't be spitting no hard shit like this. I can't be spitting no dick like this. And then when I saw her, and she did it with so pretty,
Yeah, she
and
was real
so
cool with it.
still good at the same time. Like, she didn't give a fuck.
Nope, she sure did.
About what you gave her, what album she didn't get. She was hitting them lyrics hard every time.
Oh yeah,
So
she
that's
did have
one.
that hard approach. She had that. Yeah, she had a good approach to her lyrics. Her delivery, her whole delivery had an approach. It was like cool, cause she wasn't too rah rah. She just was cool and
Right.
had that gritty approach, which balanced for her. Yeah, that's what made it work.
Yeah, Charlie, I'm gonna do that for her one day. I'm gonna pull her out of her house and be like, you know what? You gonna get this album. Number 2, the arch enemies. That's crazy. Lil Kim. Lil Kim came before Charlie.
Yes.
Only reason why I would say Lil Kim, she spit hard and she didn't care. She's ruthless. She's like really what she said. Only female in my crew, and I flip shit like a nigga do. Put a trigger too. Fuck you. Like that stuck with me at 10 years old. Like I knew her words at 10. That was the first. Her whole all about the Benjamins was what I used to just go whole hard about. She let it be okay to be a female and be nasty.
Yeah, she was the
Like,
first, like
I
one
used
of
to
the first
admire
actually.
Madonna.
Huh? You said
Like,
Madonna?
I used to admire Madonna, yeah.
Oh yeah,
My
yeah, yeah.
mother, my mother raised me to listen to all different types of music, and one of her favorite artists is Madonna. And she's the only female artist that I knew that was sexual. I mean, Janet tried to do it later on the line with Belve wrote, but when I was young, it was Madonna. And then Lil Kim came out and was just like, wow.
She took it to another level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I hit him with the sex, I think about Kim.
True,
I really
true.
do. And three, I'm just gonna take you all the way across the world. Lauren Hill.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, you
yes.
gotta put Lauryn Hill in there. I love me some
Definitely.
Lauryn Hill.
Lauren's words and her singing, like, she inspires so many. And it's her humbleness. Like, she knows that she has these pieces, this musical genius, but she's not tied to the industry. She's not tied to a dollar. She's that spiritual. She's like the rap version of Erica Badu.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Like, I admire Lauren Hill. Like,
She has
to listen
She
to her
has
rap, the
dignity.
words that she says, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, she definitely is a deep sister. You know, far
Right.
as hip hop is concerned. I mean, she doesn't sacrifice her morals and her dignity just to, make a dollar. And that's not what her music was about. Like, she came in there wanting to deliver a message compared to the ones who were just in there just to sell an image. And she wasn't trying to sell an image.
Right. Four.
And now you said
Four
Lauren.
and five, you can swap that. Like, you can do whatever you want with four and five. It's the one through three that matter.
Right,
But
right.
Missy Elliott.
Oh, man.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, she's my favorite. Yes.
Missy, I still catch her metaphors as an adult. Like, I used to listen to her stuff. If it doesn't fit, let me work it. It took me, I used to break down her stuff in middle school. Like, when I tell you, I used to rap 1 Minute Man to girls in school, and they used to be so into it. Like rap to me, rap to me. That's always my thing. Girls always want me to rap, so I feel so used. But Missy, she's just intricate with it, and she hits you so hard that you can't help but vibe to it. Like, every album she's ever made numbers.
Oh, yeah. She's very innovative.
Yes, she's had more than one single that was popping on every album.
Because she had the Magic Man that was Timberland, and he's my favorite producer.
So yes, Timberland.
I
And
remember.
last but not least, some people gonna hate me for this. Nicki Minaj.
Oh, yeah, see, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
It took me, when I first heard her, I was a Lola fan. This was in '08 when I first heard her. And I was like, yeah, she alright.
Yeah.
Nicki
Yeah, I
came in
mean,
with Itty Bitty Piggy.
yeah.
And then that whole album, that whole mixtape to come up, that whole joint. And then that Beat Me Up, that's the joint, Beat Me Up. Quit me with that. But then when I went to go see her show last year live and saw how she performed and she rapped every word, she gave her all on stage. Like, I'm really glued to performers. So she sold me. And like Nicki, I got props for her. Like, I don't care what she did in her life. But with that music shit, people can't tell me nothing about Nicki.
See, yeah, I'm not in. See, I don't know too much about it. I mean, I know about Nicki. I just don't listen to her because I can't get into it. But to each his own. I can,
Yeah, I understand.
but I can say one thing. She's very animated.
Hold on. One thing that I need you to listen to, if you want to listen to Onika, that's something that you will probably like.
I think, yeah, yeah. I've heard about that. I
And then
just,
you have to listen to the Pink Print.
yeah. See, I try to listen to her. I just can't. I can't vibe with
You
her.
just can't.
Nah, man. Do you know? You
It's
know she
true.
took Lil Kim's swag though, right?
Yo, I saw that. I saw that, and I understand that. I really don't. That's like something that really conflicts. Just like with Charlie and Lil Kim. Like if I ever told Charlie that I love Lil Kim, she's like, why?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like Lil Kim, you can't take that from her. She had that moment. She had that whole era.
I mean, this is definitely this is Nicki Minaj time. Definitely, I have to give her that now. Like I mean, far as
Oh
female rappers, like she's really doing her thing, and I respect her hustle.
yes,
And that's as far as it goes for me. But teach his own.
yes.
If you like Nicki, it's all good. You
Do I
know.
feel a little
I
hate?
love
Oh
Nicki.
no.
No, it's not hate, Jade. It's just a personal
Oh
opinion.
yeah, definitely. I understand. I'm just.
It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. That's what's up, though. That's what's up. You got a good list, though. The people that you listed, that's what's up. Now,
Thank you.
far as the males, what are your top 5?
Man, wow. That list is going to have to be longer, but I'm going to give you 5. I honestly say this is crazy. Wow. I don't like this.
Oh, I mean, we could.
Number
Yes, challenge.
one, number 1 is Biggie. I'm
Absolutely.
going to give him a hug so bad. Like, when I go to heaven, I'm going to give him a hug. But from everything that he ever dropped, his life was cut too short.
Yeah, it was.
It definitely was.
Ever dropped, I never pressed skip. It's the way that he delivers. Like, even people used to tell me, yo, Biggie talk about stabbing people, shooting up mamas, and doing all that. That's his life. And that's what he's going to tell. And the way that he tells it, it makes you want to listen. Like his song, I Got a Story to Tell. You really sit there and you can see what he's talking about. That is New York grit.
Oh, yeah. Because he had a street
That's
mentality.
All the rappers rap like that for you to chastise and you to cut down Biggie because he made it, and he also talked about the life that he lived before he made it. What, you want him to lie?
You can't take that away from his lyrical appeal. You can't take that away from him. The legacy he left. You can't take that away from him because he had a street mentality, but he was able to tell a story at the same time. So he was a street cat, but he was a storyteller at the same time.
Right.
He was very lyrical. He had them bars for days.
To see him on that corner spitting, that was like one of the best videos ever. To see him stand on the stage and hold his back and lean forward, like that is the best thing I can mimic, is how he just stand and rock. And if you don't believe me, just look up any Biggie show. He would put his hand on the small of his back and lean, just because then he tired, but he about to spit all of this for you.
Oh yeah.
So that's I love Biggie. 2, I'm gonna have to say Tupac.
Got to.
Have to.
Got to. Yes.
Pop comes second because when I grew up, I didn't know much about him. I was born on the East Coast, so I was in the era of East Coast, West Coast. So when I tell you the radio only played Biggie, unless it was Dear Mama or California Love or what was that song? Not California Love. Nothing has got a baby. Keep your head up. I ain't hear nothing else. I ain't know nothing about the rest of the stuff. So, but Tupac's essence, his persona, how he treated the community, like he showed rappers like, if y'all want to be a rapper, y'all gotta inspire others. Like, you can't just be out here rapping and getting everybody's attention and not doing shit with it.
Yeah, true.
Like, Pac's whole legacy still lasts till this day, and he is long gone. What y'all think?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. He's left a mark on the world, with the message.
But,
And even what he said, he inspired a lot of people.
right.
So, and that was, you said the second one was Pac, the first one was Biggie.
And
And what's your third?
Wayne. Wayne is the reason why I wanted when I was a kid, I had a rap group with my cousins. Like we used to emulate those rappers in Cash Money. Like it was a Juicy, it was a BG, it was a Wild BG because I was tall and skinny. There was a Juicy and then it was a Wayne and a Turk or whatever. So we really listened to their lyrics. We really listened to their vibe, their whole era. We lived that. So I followed Wayne's whole storyline. My favorite Wayne is High School Wayne. When he did the dedication 1, 2, 3, the Carter 1 and 2 and 3. Like that's the Wayne that I wish I could just bottle up and keep forever. That is like real raw. Like when he ripped the pages out of his book and did that ball where he was kind of writing lyrics and he just did what is it called, the 1,000 something bars. I think 1,000 bars. It's like it's hard to find that video. And he just sits there and reads everything out of his book. He rips out every page and he just said fuck it and came out with everything off the top. There's not too many people that can come up with off the top forever and make hits with your off the top.
Oh no, not off the head. It's not too many. You have to be very skillful. It takes a lot of talent to do that.
Yep. When he's dedicated, he's dedicated when he came out with Sorry for the Wait and was clapping so hard at Birdman. He was so hurt that he could not. That he's been doing it so long with Cash Money and got played like that.
Yeah, that was fucked up, man. All that money that he got raped of. And
that's how you see his passion.
And I don't blame him for wanting to not be involved with Baby in any sort of way, because it's interfering with his passion and what he loves to do. But on top of that, he still got to make a living too. You don't want to feel like you're doing it for nothing all these years and you don't get paid for that.
Mm-hmm.
And Baby has a history of fucking over people. So this is not the first time. But see, Wayne should have learned that when he was in his younger days with Cash Money. So I guess this is a lesson learned. I hope he don't go back and just he had to execute another plan and figure out who you'll sign with. Just definitely not Birdman. Cause if he go back, he just a stupid motherfucker, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. So
I'm sitting here living my mind trying to think of these people while you talk. Like I do not. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. You said Biggie, said Pac, said Wayne. 4 and 5. He had that. All these numbers. Hold on.
3 is cool. 3 is cool.
It has to be, because at the end of the day, I'll just go off of your work ethic, and when it goes off work ethic, I'm gonna have to say Drake.
Oh yeah.
Drake Graham has really hopped off the wheelchair and took everybody by storm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And he does it so elegantly, like that's the word. Like he does it so just crisp, even when he disses you.
Absolutely.
I went to go see him perform. He never skipped a beat.
Oh yeah, he was always
like a Michael Jackson show.
Yeah, he was always on point.
Yes, always. He practices. He like I'm very critical and what you rap about, and when I see you perform and how you rap. Just like with singers, I cannot stand when a singer goes to perform and they're gonna be singing and they be lip syncing, they be on the Milli Vanilli. I hate it, and I hate when rappers be rapping and they be half laughing, having the whole show, the whole audience do the show.
Yeah, that's not no way to perform. You definitely gotta bring your A game. You gotta bring it all. Don't bring it at all.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God.
So one more for us. You got one more.
How can I forget my Aquarian brother, J. Cole?
Oh yeah, that's the boy there. I love some J. Cole. He's dope.
J. Cole put me on Dramatic, and it's another one I can't ever remember the name of it, but when it plays, it has me stuck. And when I saw Forest Hills Drive, the concert of that on TV, I was inspired. Like, J. Cole is just raw essence. It's just him. He don't need no flash. He don't need no change. He don't need no strippers. It's just him and the mic.
All day long.
Yes.
He keep it he keep it on music. He doesn't take his focus off that. And he stays in the background, and that's what I appreciate about J. Cole. He brings very dope music. So there's really nothing to say after that. J. Cole is J. Cole. But I want to go ahead and wrap up this interview. Man, I wish I could have you on longer, man.
Man, we enjoy talking to you too, well as me listening.
Yeah, we gotta have you back on this show because I still got more questions. I wasn't able to answer all the questions, give you all the questions I wanted to, so I definitely apologize. But it's gonna be a part 2 to this interview. We got to get you back on the show, and we want to leave out with one of your songs. But before we do that, let the listeners know where they can find you on social media.
Miss Belve, thank you so much for listening. Shout out to Ono and Miss J for having me chit chat shoot LGBT, show love to it. But I am Belve Tut. You Google that, you find me. I_M_TUT is for my Instagram. Female Kinship for my Snapchat. ReverbNation.com/Belve, YouTube.com/IamBelve. You can see all the shows that you could not see personally. TTO Live is real. What else? Facebook.com/IamBelve. Basically, IamBelve is the handle for everything. So thank you so much for having me, y'all.
No problem.
Oh, definitely.
And get ready for that.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Now, audience, y'all, please check out her mixtape called Dope Sex Love. Find it on SoundCloud. All the social media sites that she named, you should be able to find it. You should find it. It's there. Please go check it out. Do not sleep on it.
Yes, and definitely, I want to thank you for coming on because, you opened my eyes to who you are, even if it was just a little bit. I definitely respect. Like I said before, I respect who you are. I respect where, you're going with this, your passion, your vision. You're not just creating shit. Okay. You're creating real music. You're lyrical from what I got a chance to hear. And we look forward to bringing you back on in 2017. So by then, we're going to have
you back on this show.
Those new projects that you working on, we definitely going to let the listeners know what's up with that. You can give us some more, food for thought. It was just a nice little teaser. So listeners, if y'all listening, hey, your panties might be a little wet right now with the Dope Sex Love, but you're going to be watery by time 2017. So make sure that you listen.
Right.
Make sure that you listen for 2017, but we definitely appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going Oh, not a problem, man. Like I said, we gonna chop it up off the show because I'm gonna definitely have you back on again and get you scheduled again. So we're gonna leave out with one of your songs, man, and that's it. I'm gonna actually play Her I'm gonna play that one.
Really? That's the shit.
Oh yeah, I like that one. So I'm definitely Oh yeah, so I wanna play that one, and just really just sit here and just listen to what you saying, and I like what you talk about. So that's what's up.
Listen, maybe I was just telling you, but you ain't trying to hear. But if we talk, maybe I will finally hear you.
Hey.
But you ain't trying.
And if you have some time before we end this call with you, if you have some time, our guest for the second half of the show, she'll be calling in soon. If you know, so if you have some time, check her out too. Check that interview with her with us out as well.
No doubt.
All right.
All right.
I'm trying to scoot out to the gym while I still got time.
Hey, absolutely, man. So you have a great night, man, and keep up the good work.
Y'all have a lovely one.
All right, you too.
All right.
Happy New Year.
All right, same to you, man.
Likewise.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right, let's go on to the song. So we're gonna play Belve Tuck called Her. Check it out.
The motto is it's like the motto is just the head is one in my passenger. No birds please, it's side glances that I'm after. No side pieces, I'm after genuine creases. The what then hesitation, soft stares of anticipation. Completing all my feelings. The girl I'm side-eyeing is straight or just curious. Got box sweet, no kiss of the day. Stand at risk, no watch, no time to waste. But if you listen, maybe I would just tell you. But you ain't tryna hear it. If you talk, maybe I would finally hear you. But maybe it's just too late. Is it lust? Is it real? Is it fate? I have a problem loving slow but inching past the waist. Twisting up a leaf, please take it to the face. But wait, I was wondering if I made you mine, would you love me harder, quickly drift away with time? Could we share all these moments, fingers intertwined? Maybe not, cause you scared, but hell, so am I. You scared, so am I. You scared, so am I. It's like, just maybe I'm thinking too deep as this loops on repeat. But the stairs you give me is far from discreet. People ask about you, you stay bringing up me. There's a whole bunch of there's a but none like you seeing me. They say there would be a time, a moment where I would just sorta simply find a girl that would stay on my ever-growing mind. The one I never had, but the feeling so sublime. Baby, stop stringing me along. Once you right here, snap, you so gone. Her eyes stay wide, her speech is so strong. I'm looking in her eyes like you gotta move on. But she's so smart, so clever, so genuine. You come away, I'm like, no, not this again. Maybe I'm on you cause I don't want love again. Maybe truthfully we better as friends, but then again, you scared, so am I. I'm scared love has just died. I can't speak, so I rap it off the pride. I'm just trying to be the one again. But maybe then again, I'm hesitant, I won't survive. Why? Describe it. All it takes, cause all it takes, baby. All it takes for this moment to fade away. Yeah, cause all it takes. Yeah, cause all it takes. Cause all it takes. I thought about you, you know, all the time. Yeah. This is dedicated to the one, to her. If I say her name, she'd kill me. Honestly, if we drift it, maybe that would kill me. describe it. She got it. She got it. She got it. You got it. She got it.
Feeling like I'm dead when I'm not. Tell me when the pain really gon' stop. Tired of being judged by my past from the block. Ain't have too many options, so a pack I had to cop. It was about the money I was starving.
What's up, everybody? So I hope that you enjoyed the first part of the show. But okay, let's try this again. So we appreciate you guys for listening and tuning in to the Chit Chat Chew radio show. The first half of our show was with a female artist, Belve Tut.
Belve Tut.
Belve Tut.
And that was called Her.
Yes. And it was a great, awesome interview. And we look forward to bringing her back in 2017 to do a part 2. So we're not sure because we're still tweaking and working things here. Hoping that our second half of the show, our guest, Miss Deidre Haynes.
Call back Deidre Haynes.
We'll call back because that's another awesome person that we're looking to interview and get to know a little bit more about. So if you hear us, definitely give us that call, 404-474-0080, 404-474-0080. So if anybody was listening to us, please give us a call and let us know what you thought about the first half of the show.
Tell Deidre Haynes to call on back. Call on back, girl. Call us one more time. One more time, please.
So, give me your feedback from the first half of the show, Uno.
Just the overall interview?
Mm-hmm. Your thoughts and all of that.
Oh, there she goes.
Okay.
You're on the air. Deidre?
Hello.
Hey.
D.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Hi,
all
D.
right. We apologize. We just getting it together in the studio.
Not a problem.
We thank you so much for being able.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed. So this evening, would you prefer to be called D or Deidre?
Well, you pronounce my name Deirdre, but you're welcome to say D. It's a lot easier.
Okay, Deidre. Okay, all right. So this evening, for the second half of our show, we have Deidre, also known as Miss D. And I'm going to let D tell you a little bit about herself.
Okay. Well, I'm a mental health therapist in Columbia, South Carolina. I have a private practice by the name of Deirdre Haynes Counseling Services. I've been in private practice for maybe about 4 years, and I see pretty much everybody. My clients range from about 14 and up, and I see people with multiple mental disorders, from depression, anxiety, relationship issues, to more serious things like schizophrenia. And I consider my specialty to be trauma or PTSD, because those are areas that I'm very interested in. And I've been trained in a couple of techniques that have been very successful with that.
Okay.
That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
So I know we the short time that we did speak, I know you caught my eye on a personal tip because myself, I also live with a disorder, a mental disorder. I've shared it before on social media and just speaking in person with people. I live with PTSD myself. major depression, schizoaffective disorder with the depression. I have panic attacks from time to time and have some anxiety and things of that nature. So this is just one of those things that is very near and dear to my heart, not only for myself, but other family members and just people in general that I know, because like myself, outside of my full-time job and doing the radio, I also facilitate groups through the National Alliance on Mental Illness. And so, with that, I have a variety of different people that come through. Pretty much, I guess I would say the range 18, but more so 21 and over, including vets. And so my group is very welcoming to everybody. So I was just curious with you, Dee, when you decided to get into this line of work, was it something that stemmed from family members? This is why you chose this passion or career choice, or just something in general that you really just wanted to do?
That's a good question. I think some of it is just from your own upbringing, trying to understand the psychology behind why people do some of the things that they do. And I just kind of always found that to be very interesting. As you get deeper into studying a person's mind and psychology, even for yourself, it's crazy because I know most therapists who looked in the DSM-5, you're like, oh, that could be me, because we all have threads, of different disorders.
Absolutely.
But this is why they have the parameters set for you to make a diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
But, I just thought that trauma, well, really PTSD, with a lot of soldiers coming back from war, I just found that really interesting and intriguing on how they try to handle it. And I don't know, I just guess the more I read, the more interested I became.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard I was interested in being trained in hypnosis. And some kind of way that led me to the technique of EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization reprocessing. And it's a very, I say very simple technique, but it's very, very, very powerful, in which you're moving a client's eyes in a certain manner, and that pulls up subconscious thoughts that they can't control. It just pops up in their head. And I mean, I've seen adults go all the way back to like 5, 6, 2 years old, memories they thought they forgot
Mm-hmm.
that are in their subconscious. So that just kind of keeps feeding the fire of my interest in that area.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting. Wow. I do have a question for you. I know that you deal with various issues and disorders, whether that's relationship or depression, anxiety, to those things of that nature. So when you deal with families and like couples and marriage and do marriage counseling, the people that you involved with, those people inspired you ever in your life, and that made you just want to keep on going and pursuing the career that you're in now?
Okay, I lost the last part. I couldn't quite understand what you were saying. I know I caught that you said, do I counsel people in marriages and couples and stuff like that? And I said, yeah.
No, I was saying that.
Part.
Oh no, I was saying that I know that you do those things, like do counseling with families and couples and married couples. But have you been around those sort of people where they inspired you? Like, do they inspire you just hearing their stories and dealing with their situations? And did it, from that inspiration, did it ever drive you to want to just keep pushing forward with what you're doing in your career?
Yeah, talking with couples, it goes both ways, unfortunately, because a lot of times with couples, they feel like, okay, we've reached the end of our rope as far as what we can control, and so we want to reach out and speak to somebody else. Hopefully she can help us. And the hope, and my hope as well, is always that they can reconcile and get past the problems and make it together again. I guess make it as a couple continuously. Because the relationship, once there's a break, like a breach of trust or anything like that, the relationship will be totally different.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of people get kind of, I want it to be like it was, and it will never be like it was.
Right.
But a lot of times, it can go both ways. I've seen some wonderful, I guess you could say, kind of love stories where love compensated, for everything that happened in the past, and they were willing to forgive and try to forget and move forward. And that, is a heartwarming moment when you see that happen. But then you also see the other side where too much has been said, too much has been done, and they just can't get past it. And even though they may still love each other, they're just not able to get past it. But my goal at that point is just to make sure that both parties are clear, about how the other feels, and then try to figure out the best way, if they have children, how they can co-parent together. So yeah, it's both sides of it. Sometimes it really does inspire me, and sometimes my heart breaks too for them because I really was rooting, for it to work. But sometimes it's just not meant to work.
Yeah, it can go like that sometimes, I'm quite sure. You just never know because it just depends on the situation and where people at in their life, And that determines the outcome of, just how you react to it. So that's what's up.
So, Dee, I also see that, you mentioned that you're a school counselor by day. What is your age population?
Currently, I've been working in elementary level. So I have my 4-year-olds to, I think they go to 12, the
Okay.
fifth graders.
Okay.
Pre-K to 5th grade.
And so, with that, have you found from the age group that you just said do you find a lot of them having diagnosis?
That's a good question. It's tricky.
Okay.
Because when you're a school counselor, it's very different from being a mental health therapist. When I'm in the school realm, I'm not supposed to diagnose. I'm not supposed to, create a treatment plan. So if I'm seeing things, I may, if I have opportunity, say that I'm seeing things. But honestly, I have to refer the kids out, or ask it, or if the parents are like, I need help. What do I do? I can see them for like, maybe 3 to 6 sessions, but it's not as intensive as a mental health therapist. So
Okay.
then I, would give them information to refer. But yes, I do see mental health problems in our kids. Unfortunately, I am seeing it happen younger and younger.
Mm-hmm.
And a big thing is that I'm seeing behavioral issues, like severe, what we call emotionally disturbed kids or emotionally disabled kids. They have really major problems with rage and all kind of stuff like that. To me, as a mental health counselor, that's a red flag that there's definitely some type of trauma
Absolutely.
that happened in their childhood. And when their world is chaotic, kids tend to act out. Now, some, beat themselves up internally. I'm no good, I'm nothing, I'm not smart, I'm stupid, stuff like that. But then other kids act out and they hit, they fight, they hit the teachers, they're disrespectful. But if you can get them calm enough to really talk with them, usually it's some major trauma that's happened in their family, and they're angry or they feel out of control and they don't know how to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
So
That-
yeah, it definitely is in the elementary school. Just a tidbit that more times than not, people try not to give a diagnosis unless it's absolutely, necessary.
Mhm.
They try to wait at least until they're 12.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can blame it on parental issues,
Right.
biological issues. They're just not mature enough.
Right.
And so they try to wait at least until they're 12 to say, yes, this child definitely has a defiance disorder or, depression or anxiety, etc.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Dee, because just speaking for myself, I know I had experienced trauma from a very young age, as early as 4. And for me, growing up, I kind of was part of what you had said. I was quiet. I had suppressed it, blaming myself, like as I got older, blaming myself. That turned into low self-esteem, acting out, being just fresh,
Yeah.
and and for a long time, like you said, when I was going through school, they didn't really put a whole bunch of labels on. Though, I mean, I also share that I had been put in special need class, and they didn't say special need back then. You were either called challenged or retarded.
Right.
So, the older that I got, it really honestly took me until I got into, it took me to have 2 kids and go through an adult trauma and then finally get diagnosed. So now, even presently, I do seek help, yes, and I just wished, I guess, then that it could have been discovered, so to speak, earlier on. But a lot of times when it's later on in life, it takes a little bit longer, of course, based on the individual, but it takes a little bit longer for the healing process. So, and then like you said, unfortunately, a lot of times you can be misdiagnosed. And so you start, you get put on medication, of course, and it's like sometimes you can become that lab rat. That's what I say, because you go through different medications until they say, well, if that one didn't work, we find you another one. And I'm not here to say, I mean, my own personal views are different, but in general, I'm not here to say, I guess if medicine works for some people, then you do that. I choose to go the holistic or healthier way, just because I've seen what the side effects from the past has done, and it's taken me, I was already in a dark place, but it took me deeper to the point where I had suicidal thoughts and had even acted out on it. So I guess different strokes for different people, but and as well as this is kind of taboo in our Black community, because they don't like to talk about it.
Not at all. Sweep it under the rug.
And what are your thoughts on that? Because I know it's really taboo in our community.
About it being taboo.
About it being taboo in our Black community, as well as it being taboo in the LGBT community. Like sometimes people.
I mean, it is. But I will say, I get why, because a lot of times people are raised, that our problems are stay in our house. So you don't talk to people and tell
That's
people
so true.
What our problems are. You also have the church.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
And truly, I do believe personally in God, but they feel like, that is the end all. And I feel like, just like a doctor has been blessed with an ability to work on a person's brain and understand the nervous system, etc. Those are gifts to me that God gives people. So to me, if me talking to someone and I'm able to almost do surgery, but it's just verbally talking to somebody and see beyond the facade, to see beyond the smile, to see beyond the blame of somebody else, to get to the heart of the matter, then I think that's a gift too. Now, with it being taboo, I think there is there's starting to be, I'll put it like that, a shift, because I am seeing definitely, more African American people in my practice. I'm definitely seeing an increase of men, which has been shocking, because a lot of times they're the main ones that don't want to seek help. I'll just deal with it. And, I see LGBT couples as well as individuals as well.
Okay.
Some people, I guess they feel like they have a certain expertise, and, they only deal with this or that or the other. I'm more open to whoever, because at the end of the day, for me, relationships are relationships. You can have relationships with people on your job. You have relationships with your children, your spouse, whomever. So the dynamic is still the same no matter who's involved, in my opinion. So, like I said, it's a good thing that there's a shift. I don't know if it's because it's become more mainstream. You know, people are talking about it more and saying, hey, I'm dealing with depression. Or, you know, I hear people joking like, honey, she bipolar. You know, that's something, everybody's bipolar. The other thing I've been hearing going around a lot is narcissistic.
Oh, yes.
Narcissistic and narcissistic. And they very well may be, but not everybody is they have traits of that. So I think, like I said, with it becoming more mainstream, more people speaking up, you know, athletes, we're looking at Kanye, you know, things are coming out that people need help, you know, and the longer you go without it, kind of like what you said, the harder it is to bounce back. It's not impossible, but it is more difficult.
It is.
You're right that people target kids who are not angels in school as a nuisance, a problem. And the question I'm always asking myself is why? People do things for a reason. That's grown-ups and kids. We do it for a reason. So the question is why? Why do you feel like you need to do this? Why are you doing that? And just like you said, if someone would have taken the time out to ask, you know, especially if you felt that person cared about you, maybe, you know, you never know, but maybe a lot of years of pain could have been avoided.
Oh, that's very true, Dee. Yeah, like you just piggyback and just, you know, like you said, you know, a lot of people don't, you know, our community, Black community, a lot of times, you know, because of religious reasons, you know, you don't say anything. Or
I'm sorry, what you say?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I was just kind of piggybacking off of what you were saying as far as like a lot of times people, because of religious reasons or, you know, the upbringing, their family upbringing, you know, a lot of times children will only, you know, speak when spoken to, or, you know, if they did say something, a lot of times the parent or parents wouldn't believe it, and then the child would get, you know, in trouble or punished for it. And you know, I like currently, you know, a lot of times, especially if you're in, you know, the work field, I know with my job, a lot of times, you know, even though they offer EAP, which is, you know, for the employees to go if they need to talk, if they're struggling through some things, even with that, it almost seems like, you know, my coworkers, for some reason, they become aware of where the person is going. So, yeah, like you said, people are quick to say, oh, they're bipolar or they're crazy, you know, and it's such a shame that things have to be, it's so much stigma, and it's definitely stigma. I mean, I feel with the LGBT community, and I say that too because I am a part of that community as well. That I've heard, oh well, the reason why, I mean, people speaking in general, the reason why, you know, that person is crazy, so to speak, is because, well, they need to, you know, is because of their lifestyle, and I get offended by that because you don't really know a person's circumstances. You know, I believe a lot of people suffer in silence.
Yep.
Because they're scared to come out. In general, people are a lot of times are scared to come out, and because it's frightening already. Like when, you know, just coming. I mean, for me, it took me a long time to let people know who I was, unless I was actually in that mental health setting, like going to a group or speaking to other people who were like me. But coming outside of that comfort zone was very challenging because people look at you totally different. Now I'm in a place, in a space where I do get some anxiety. Yes, I do. I would be lying if I didn't say that. However, I'm more comfortable to talk about it. But yeah, it's and then I also say it's a lot of undiagnosed people out here.
It's a lot of them out here.
And so it's always, and then I mean, even on the professional side, I mean, I've had the counselors in the past, and I've had, I mean, I know that's a trial based thing too. I've had good ones, and then I've had some where I felt like I needed to be sitting in their seat, and they sit in my seat, and I start questioning them because the session became about them and their family, and I'm like, that's not what I'm paying you for. So, I know it goes both ways, but it's always nice to hear when you have genuine concern, people, professionals, counselors like yourself, and so many more, that you really care, like you genuinely, authentically care about the
people's well-being.
the people's well-being.
Yeah.
So
it's not just about the money.
Right, and it not always being just about the money, because I've sat there and I started talking, and while I'm talking, sharing my little heart out, feeling good to share my heart out, you have that doctor or that therapist that's writing a script.
Yep.
And that's and that shouldn't always be the focus. Like when they get done writing the script, then they look up and then they're like, okay, here's your script, and I'll see you back. And
that's not sincere.
Yeah, it's not sincere.
And see, that makes you not want to trust them, and that's another thing.
Exactly.
And that's the question. I do have
you have that, but that's just like I tell my clients. I feel like, and of course, if you're a child, it's a little bit more difficult. But I always tell my clients, when you're looking for a therapist, look at it as if you're testing out a product.
Yeah.
It's not a test per se, like I'm going to go here and study this person, but you need to see if that person fits you.
Absolutely.
If you feel good, if you feel comfortable sharing, if they're involved. And, everybody does have their own individual style, There are different, of course, theories and all that kind of stuff. And some people, ascribe to what you see on TV sometimes, where you have the therapist sitting in the chair, and, we have our pad, which I do the same on that. But some will, they simply say,
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
And, yes.
That's the whole session.
Absolutely.
If that's what they feel they need to do, I mean, I can't per se judge them and say that they're not effective. But for me, the way I look at it with my clients is I'm in the trenches with you, that we're going on a journey. You're leading me on the journey. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not giving advice like, okay, well, you need to go do ABC. It's not about that. It's about, what do you feel you need to do for you? What do you need? And then we work through those processes. And I think that's probably why I get so tired with my clients, because if I have 4 back-to-back, I'm in it. I'm in it with them and, experiencing. Now, of course, I'm not, I'll say sometimes I've gotten a little emotional, but for the most part, somebody has to be strong, and I figure I have to be the one to hold their pain.
Right. Yeah, right.
So,
do they trust you with that?
It's a little different, but yeah, it's just different methods. And if a person finds a therapist and they're doing that and they're like, then stop going, and look for somebody else, because I'm sure it's somebody that out there, even though I am the best, no.
So people,
there's somebody out there that that can fit their type.
Right.
Absolutely, absolutely. So a lot of people trust you, because I see that you were saying that I see that you wholehearted with your in your profession. So a lot of people have that trust in you to tell you their situation and what they're going through, opening up more. Have you have a lot of experience with that people can trust you? And
Lord, yeah. That's the foundation of our relationship. They gotta trust me with their pain, that I'm not gonna be like, okay, that's too much, or just trusting me with who they are, and also to not be judgmental.
Right.
Your life and your life choices are yours, and that's what's gotten you to where you are, and it's not for me to judge. And it's funny because sometimes I'll see my clients, and when they're there, I can tell they're testing me. Like they'll tell me this part, to see how I'll react.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we keep going,
Yeah. They trying to
And
see
they're
where
like,
you at.
she didn't say anything. Okay, so we'll do a little more until
Right.
we get really comfortable. Like, okay, I can tell her. And yes, I've had grown men telling me things that happened when they were little that they haven't told anyone.
Oh wow.
Same thing with women, different things they've kept maybe from even their spouses of things that happened to them. But it's funny because the majority of my clients, this is a thought I've been having recently. What I realize I'm up against is my clients are dealing with their childhood. So even if they come to me for depression or they come to me for anxiety or they come to me for relationship issues, even couples issues, when we get down to the meat and potatoes of the whole thing, a lot of it is based off of their relationships coming up. And so, of course, they have to get to that point because the first thing is being aware there's a problem and then admitting the problem. It really is.
Right.
So once you can say, I was molested, I was raped, I was severely abused, and really say it, like not just say it, but this is what this person did to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's freeing for them.
Right.
That's so true. Yeah.
Because I mean, that's a good thing because the reason why I asked that because there's therapists and doctors who don't have a reputation of being trustworthy and people don't want to confide in them. So that's good that you have that kind of track record with people where they can actually open up and be comfortable and get them through the experience that they've been through in their life. So yeah.
And I think, too, they got to feel not only that they can trust me, but that I actually care.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And granted, yes, I am in business, and I do have expenses now.
Oh, understandable.
Yeah, we ain't knocking that. Oh, absolutely.
Understand.
Hey.
But the key is not money. The reason I went into it was not just, oh, goodness, I'm going to just make a lot of money. Let's be fun. It really was, I want to help someone. I want to feel, it's just nothing as gratifying as when I have a client that's locked inside. Let me see how can I say it. Basically, I've had, let's say, one client that recently happened where she was really locked up. There was a lot of severe rapes and molestations that occurred when she was really young. And it was to the point she couldn't even remember. And that happens. The trauma is so severe, you black out. And so whenever you're talking to a person and they're, like you say, well, what was your childhood like? Or, what did you like do when you were little and stuff? And they're like, I don't even remember it. I don't remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we don't remember every single day of our childhood, you should be able to remember some key points.
Right.
Like I had a birthday party when I was 5.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be black.
Right.
And so I knew, what was going on. So we were working through it. And with that technique I was telling you about, we were doing that. And she really had a breakthrough because she saw, it sounds weird now, but she saw her inner child. And I have that happen a lot with the subconscious thoughts coming up. And so I'll have them talk to the inner child and tell that child that's hurt, wounded, abused, neglected, whatever, what did that child need to hear when, you were that age. And so a lot of times when the tears come, I know we're having a breakthrough. And so she did that, and she was like, her inner child didn't want to talk with her, kept turning away from her, and she grabbed her and hugged her and was starting to tell her, she let her. And so it seems weird, but it's very cathartic when it's almost like they meet their inner child that's deep down, wherever that trauma was. It could be a 20-year-old, whoever it was when the trauma happened, when they meet them and they're able to reconcile. Almost every last one of them, when I say, what's the feeling? And they're like, I'm free. I'm free. And so to me, that's the stuff that I live for.
Right, right.
And I'm grateful for it.
That's awesome. Have you also ever done groups in the past or just strictly like individual couples, family? Have you ever done groups before, like group sessions? Can you hear me?
You there, Deidre?
I'm here. I can hear her. What did you say? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Have you ever done group sessions before?
Group sessions?
Would you ever
family,
consider, or would you
yes.
ever consider it?
Yeah, with the family. I don't do a whole lot of those, but I have had several members of the same family, and yes.
Okay. Okay. So
So
that EMDR seems to really be effective.
you said with the EMDR, it does what now?
It seems to really be effective with your clients. Like it works.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
And is it a
I will
process
tell
that you
you,
have to
even
go
when
through?
I was being trained in the beginning, I was like, okay, I'm gonna move my fingers. Their eyes are gonna go this way, and then they're just gonna heal these past hurts. But we had to undergo it, and even as therapists, we were in there. We're coming in, we're the professionals, and we're being trained and all that good stuff. And once we started doing it, it's like you can't control the thought that comes up. So, for instance, let's say if we said we were going to keep it light and we're just going to work on, I don't know, let's just say the feeling of anxiety. When we do that and go in thinking about anxiety, and then I'm asking, like, what's coming up, you can't control where your mind goes. I tell my clients, it's like your pivotal parts of your life are like bus stops. And once you kind of open the door, the brain will take you where it needs you to go. And so if we say, okay, we're going to focus on anxiety, we do the eye movement, and then I say what comes up, they may trigger back to 20s, they may trigger back to 6 years old, and they'll say, I don't know, I just saw myself in the yard, sitting down kind of like curled up, or I've had a client say, I remember I went back to being 2, and I remember my baby sister was in the crib and she wouldn't stop crying and nobody was at home. We had been left at home for several days and I couldn't get her out the crib and I couldn't make a bottle. I didn't know what to do. I just stood there. But those are major points in that person's life that's still stuck in their subconscious. So
wow.
it's a very interesting thing. It's been highly researched. And, most of my clients, of course, when I mention it, they're like, oh, okay, it's the same way I was.
Yeah.
And once they start, they're a little nervous because they don't know what's going to come up.
Right.
But they have all said, their stress level goes up a little bit because whatever the trauma or the pain or whatever in that subconscious, it's going to make you kind of feel that way, anxiety-ridden, like you want to cry or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if you continue, it comes down. And then it's kind of almost like an exploration, like, let me see what happened. What does she want to show me? What's in there? And most of them leave out, they feel very sleepy because it's almost like you've had a load that you've been carrying for many years
Right.
on your back lifted. And I use it with soldiers, too, for trauma and PTSD.
Okay.
Have you? So you said you use that for the soldiers. Have you dealt with a lot of soldiers using that method?
I've seen quite a few soldiers. Yeah, especially coming back from war. And you know how people say they don't like to talk about those memories because they are very graphic.
Right.
But I have to, again, that's another position. I have to shoulder that memory, and then we go into the EMDR, and to me, it gives them some relief. From having, because trauma is the horror of something. It's, something you wish you could stop thinking about, seeing in your mind's eye, etc. And it's like you can't really get rid of it. And so the EMDR faces it, and then we put in positive thoughts about it. It's not erasing your memory. You never will erase the memory, but the desensitization part of it makes it so that you're almost like seeing a movie. So you can say, I was ambushed and it was 20 people shooting me and I was so scared. But instead of running and wanting to hide under a table and reliving it, you can kind of see it as a memory.
Right.
Instead. So you don't have the emotional connection to it at all.
Okay.
Okay.
So what type of for a person who needs advice on coping skills, like how to cope with things, what are some things that you would suggest?
I'm hearing bleeps. I don't know what. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat what you said?
Okay. for individuals who might who just don't know how to cope in life, what would you suggest to them, like some good coping strategies? You there?
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I'm here, but I can't. I can hear. I can't understand it when you're saying something, but when the other person is saying something, I can understand. I don't know why I'm not hearing. It's like going in and out.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, I'm hearing you now.
Okay. I was asking for an individual who struggles with learning how to just deal in life. What are some coping strategies that you would suggest to them?
Okay, coping strategies for what issue?
If they just like I guess for a person who has PTSD or just had trauma, what are some coping strategies that you would suggest to them?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, it varies per person. A lot of times we talk about staying in the present, and that's with, anyone with trauma, whether it be soldiers or rape victims, etc. A lot of times when they're what I call ruminating on the thought, reliving the situation over and over and over in their mind, they're in the past. And then, of course, sometimes they feel anxious. What's going to happen to me next? What's this, whatever. And so now you're focusing on the future. So in order to make them stay in their body, to stay focused, I do grounding techniques, or I'll, do simple things like give them a stone or tell them to get a stone. And whenever they start to feel the anxiety or periodically through the day, pull the stone out, put it in your hand, and then just think about what you're feeling. What am I feel? How does the stone feel? Is it smooth? Is it cold? Is it hot? What does it feel like against my hand, or what have you? To me, that makes them become present. That makes them pay attention. If they don't have a stone or don't want to do the stone thing, they can also ground themselves by just taking a moment to assess their environment, to check in basically with their senses. Because you can't be worrying about the past, can't be worrying about the future if you're worrying about what's going on right now. So if I stop for a moment and I say, okay, it's cold in here, the wind is blowing, I feel the sun on my face, I'm breathing heavy or breathing, shallow, just checking in. Because a lot of times with trauma, that's what happens, they check out. The brain is a very interesting thing. And it does it to protect us. And this is where we have sometimes, blackout memories off of things that were traumatic to us.
Right.
So to stay present, we do different grounding techniques. Also breathing.
Okay, right.
It's underrated.
That is very true.
Taking the time to really breathe, to calm yourself down. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Do it maybe 10 times. I actually just learned of a new breathing technique that I've been telling a lot of people who've been dealing with anxiety.
Okay.
And this is the way they presented it. They said it was called the Xanax breath. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But it does really work for those that have high
that's
anxiety.
different.
That's different. In my head, it sound bad. Which is
no, but it's real simple. But it's very, very calming, especially for people who have anxiety attacks, panic attacks. What you're doing is you breathe in through your nose to the count of 4, maybe 5. You hold it in for like 4 or 5, and then you let it out for a longer period of time, like 6 or 7. So some people's lung capacity is different. That's why it's not like a set number.
Yeah.
But you breathe in till you can't breathe in anymore. You hold it for at least 4 or 5 minutes. Not 4 or 5 minutes. 4 or 5 counts. And then you let it out, and the breath out has to be longer than the breath in.
Okay.
It's simple, but it really does work to take your anxiety down.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to have to consider that.
Things, to try to help with that. I mean, sometimes medication is needed, especially if they're having severe nightmares and they're not sleeping.
Right.
Stuff like that. But those are just a couple.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
That's interesting. Well, we definitely appreciate you. While we're getting ready to wrap up with you, we want the audience to know how they can find you on social media. And again, let them know where you're at.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And if they want to find me, I'm on Facebook at Deidre Haynes Counseling Services. And my first name is spelled Deirdre. And I also have a website that can link you to Facebook as well. And that's a little easier. That is www.Haynes therapy.com. So it's dhaynes.therapy.com.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Dee, so much. It was my pleasure personally, getting to know you. I always say there's never a mistake how we find each other.
Having me again. Thank you.
You are so welcome.
And I'd like to say also, Deidre, that it was interesting listening to you and actually learning some things too, and kind of get a different perspective on just mental illness, because I actually suffer with it myself. I don't really like to speak about it, but I have bipolar and schizophrenic affective disorder, so it was just good to just hear your outlook and point of view on in that whole field. So thank you for
you're very welcome.
For being on the show.
And I'm glad that you say you have it, but it doesn't have you.
Absolutely.
You're a person with it, but that's not you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So we look forward. We definitely have you on our website. I will, follow up with you later on throughout the week. If there's anything.
Thank you. You have a good evening.
You have a good evening as well, Dee.
You have a good one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so that was Dee Haynes, and I hope that you enjoyed listening to her. She is a licensed professional counselor in South Carolina, but she really had some overall good points and good views on individuals that live with a mental illness or a mental disorder, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I definitely appreciated it too, and like I said, it definitely gave me a different outlook on the thing that she was speaking of, like certain elements that she was talking about, like the key points of things, and really learning about the EDMR. I thought that was interesting.
Oh yeah, that was very interesting. And that whole breathing
technique.
It is so underrated, because when you do it, it's very effective. Because I know a lot of times I can be hype, and I have to fall back and be like, okay, you need to breathe, girl.
Because if you don't breathe, you're going to explode.
Absolutely.
And that goes for me, because I do have a quick temper. So a lot of times I just need to pull back and just breathe.
Okay, well, we're going to let the audience hear some music. We appreciate you listening to us. We appreciate our guests calling in, having some dialogue with us. Remember to catch us every Monday,
6 to 8 p.m.
Yep.
Eastern time.
And we will post up on Facebook and all of our social medias for our next show that's coming up next Monday.
And so stay tuned. So let's get into this last song. It's actually by a classic called Truth, No Lies. And that's a wrap.
Feeling like I'm dead when I'm not. Tell me when the pain really gon' stop. Tired of being judged by my past from the block. Ain't have too many options, so a pack I had to cop. It was about the money, I was starving in the hood. Mama had 2 jobs, still living broke. Please forgive me, Lord, I had to sell that dope. I saw my mama working hard, but she ain't give me hope. I had no fear, cause I thought death was a blessing. And when they locked me up, that taught me a lesson. How they didn't give a fuck about my people or my stressing. I vowed to make a way to get inside of this depression. Then life hit, Lord, I almost broke. While my homie talking, he never should've spoke. These streets saying lawyer gave me tears in my eyes, cause everything I believed in was all lies. Ooh, it really hurt, it really broke me down. Once graffiti split like my brothers wasn't around. I swear it really hurt, all our dreams in the dirt. Still tatted on my neck, but tell me what it worth. But Lord, I hope you bless them, I swear that they deserve it. And even though graffiti didn't make it, I know they worth it. You know we had it hard, was easy as it seemed. And all we ever had was $1 as a dream. We was taught to rumble and never be defeated. Didn't understand sticking together is what we needed. But I'ma move on and leave it in the past. But Lord knows that's one thing in life I wish that lasts. I'm talking to my people, I'm trying to give them hope. All truth, no lies, this the realest shit I wrote. I'm talking to my people, I'm trying to give them hope. All truth, no lies, this the realest shit I wrote, And I'ma speak the truth and tell no lies. I gotta speak the truth and tell no lies. And I'ma speak the truth and tell no lies. I gotta speak the truth and tell no lies. And I'ma speak the truth and tell no lies. I gotta speak the truth and tell no lies. And I'ma speak the truth and tell no lies. I gotta speak the truth and tell no lies. It's like the fake in disguise. Hustle for them dividends, and ain't no telling what we giving for them dividends. Lost kid, lost child, about them dividends. And the only thing that's on your mind is how to get it in. Weed smoke when I feel I lost hope, I know they don't wanna see my growth, I know that the only way to go is up. So I ain't backing down never, and I ain't giving up. Oh Lord, help me speak the truth and say the real. A lot of innocent people is out here getting killed by cops, and they supposed to be protection. And now they wonder why we riding around with these weapons. That's because they ain't never save us. A long sentence in the jail, all they gave us. And just to be real, they ain't trying to give you hope. That's why the government still got you selling dope. I gotta tell the truth and say no lies. I know some people gonna want my demise, and it's not a surprise. It's okay, let them feel what they want, cause I was always taught to get what I want, I gotta speak the truth and tell no lies. I gotta speak the truth and tell no lies. And I'ma speak the truth and tell no lies. And I'ma speak the truth and tell no lies. I gotta speak the truth and tell no lies. I gotta speak the truth and tell no lies. And I'ma speak the truth and tell no lies. I gotta speak the truth and tell no lies. It's like the fake in disguise.